It's July 2025 and this month's destination is on the East Yorkshire coast. We're going to Seaview Country Park in Mappleton near Hornsea. We're staying for 5 nights on a fully serviced hard standing pitch at a cost of £35 per night. Well, it's a family run site with coastal and countryside views and it's open all year round, and the dog friendly beach is just over the road. If you've seen our morning marsh video, you'll know I scraped the rear bumper on the Caravan. Well, I've sorted it. Using wet and dry paper to get my scratches out, and I'm trying to get this slight dint out what I did on a previous occasion. So I'm using P800 waterproof abrasive paper, what I've got in the cupboard. Main scratches are down on this bottom corner. I'm going to try and polish it now with Autoglim Super Resin Polish. Right, I'm going to try Fenwick's window wise scratch remover. That's come up a treat. Can't help those slight dints there and that dint there. That's about 95% better than what it was. Look at that. You can just see that little dint there, but the scratches have all come out. We'll see you on the approach road in. We're on the B1242 and we've got 0.6 of a mile to go. That's the church in Mappleton. Oh yeah, here we are, Mappleton. Well, I rang the site yesterday and asked them what the earliest arrival time is, and they said 11 o'clock. Well, I thought, well, that's brilliant. We'll be able to get set up and have lunch at lunchtime. I'll be able to have my beetroot and pate on toast. We're nearly there. It's here somewhere. Here we are.
You have reached your destination.
Here we are. Just after 11 o'clock, just right. This is where we are in the country, just under 2 miles south of Hornsea. Well, we arrived yesterday, we had a relaxing afternoon in. Well, today we'll take a look at our pitch, have a look round site, and we'll see how we can get to the beach. It's a massive pitch, it's level side to side, you just have to level up front to back, and we've got an open countryside view. This is our front to side view. We're facing a circle of privately owned statics overlooking a small lake with fountain, and we can see the sea in the distance. That's the view behind us, and service wise it's 16 amp. I've used my 10 metre electric hookup cable. There's my water connection and my grey waste drainage point. I've had to raise the TV aerial and we're getting a good signal, and mobile we're with EE and that's a good signal too. There's a security barrier at the entrance and the wooden cabin to the right is reception. Opposite reception is Seaview Doggy Park. Just look at that. Great for a run around, and it's all fenced in. It's a proper little activity centre with seesaws and paddling pool. Just inside the entrance are bins, a facility block, an outdoor pot washing area, chemical toilet emptying point, laundrette and information hut.
The facilities are nice. We've got 2 basins, 2 toilets and 2 showers. There's also disabled facilities. There's a family room with shower, toilet and basin.
And here is the Elsan chemical toilet emptying point. We're stood here opposite reception looking down this road, and all the pictures to the left are seasonal. Opposite the seasonal pictures are touring pictures 13, 14, 15 and 16. We're stood here at the end of the road looking down there, and these 5 pictures to the left are seasonal. So there are a total of 12 seasonals. We'll now take a look down this road. There are 5 concrete pitches to the left, and the one in front of us is pitch 20, and there are 3 gravel pitches to the right. And the final 5 pitches overlooking the holiday homes. And this is our pitch, number 29. And that's looking back up at our caravan. If you're interested in investing in a static caravan, well, it's lovely here at Seaview Country Park. If you're interested in our holiday home, well, here's your information, and I'll just turn it over. There's information about the park and local attractions. Let's have a look at the site map. Here's the entrance, reception, facility block, bins, outdoor pot washing, chemical toilet emptying point and laundrette. Here is the Seaview doggy park, but in the future there could be 4 pods on there. And these 12 outer pitches are the seasonal. Here are the 7 gravel pitches, and this one here is number 16. And these 10 are the concrete pitches, and this one is number 20, and we're on number 29. Here is the privately owned static holiday park, and central lake with fountain, and there's no subletting. Here are the site rules: taxi services, emergencies and eateries that deliver to site.
Well, we're really happy to be saying hello to you from this lovely holiday park. It's just so calm and relaxing here. Needless to say, we've settled in here really quickly. We've chatted to owner Ellen for ages, and she's really nice and easy to get on with. The site's only been running for 2 years, and it's hard to believe it used to be a pig farm. Oh, and we met subscribers Paul and Helen and their cute dog Daisy, so hello to you. It's great to know that you've stayed on a lot of the sites that we've done reviews on, so thumbs up there.
We'll nip across and have a look at the beach. So from the entrance we cross the road and take that footpath where the car is. It's King Charles III England Coast Path, and it's only 1.75 mile to Hornsea. Well, that's the coastal path. Let's have a look at the end of the road. There's no footpath down to the beach, but you can tell folk have been scrambling down the bank. Well, you've only got to look at coastal erosion to see why we're not going to risk it. The access to the beach is just round the bend opposite the church. And you can see the church from the caravan park to give you an idea of how far it is to the turning for the beach. It's 12th century. There's a World War II pillbox there in the middle of a horse field. There's 1 or 2 along this coastline. Opposite the church on the road down to the beach is the old post office tea room and shop. Right, we'll drop down to the beach. Be careful what you pick up, and that means you as well, Gail. It's a former MOD bombing range. Fishermen down there, look. And what a beautiful beach. Look at the expanse of that sand. Cliffs look a bit precarious and clouds don't look so clever either. These granite boulders have been placed here to reduce the coastal erosion. Just look at the patterns in the stone. That's got a few streaks through it and a few stripes. Lovely colours as well. Waves are churning all sand up. Water's brown. Gail sat taking in the sea air. Bit windy down here, by the way. Hello. It's one of those dull but bright days. Well, it's lovely because we've got beach to ourselves. Watch that tide. These soil cliffs along this vast stretch of coastline are known to be the fastest eroding in Europe. And just look at that behind me. Apparently this beach is good for fossil hunting, But with the MOD history, look out for those unexploded bombs. Fossils can be found on the beach and in the cliffs, but you've got to be careful they don't collapse on you. This wonderful beach with its mix of sand and pebbles is dog friendly all year round. We've had a good couple of hours on the beach and we just got back in time before this rain started. Well, the country's in need of it. Anyway, on this holiday I'll be using OS Explorers 292 and 295, and I'll show you on the map what we've done today. This is where the caravan park is. It's not shown on here because this is an older map, and that looks like the lake that the holiday homes overlook. Across the road is the King Charles III England coast path. To get to the beach we walked along the road into Mappleton, and then opposite the church here is the road down to the beach. And down here is the MOD danger area, as you can see the boundary line. A new static holiday home being delivered. It's the first time I've seen one being rolled off a low loader. Gail and I have had a look round that lodge that's for sale over there this morning. Very nice. We've got a leak on the water pump. We don't use the pump, but water does flow through it. So what we've done is folded the carpet back, put some kitchen towel down. As you can see, it's helping to soak it up. And we're going out for the day, so it'll give it a chance to dry out. Just checking on my leak before we go out for the day. It looks like water's coming out of like a vent hole underneath the pump. So I'm wondering if I'm going to need a new pump. I'll put a bit of dry kitchen roll underneath the pump. I'll turn the tap off before we go out. Well, I always do that anyway.
Today we're going to walk into Hornsea town, have a good look round and get some fish and chips and ice cream. We're going to walk the King Charles III England coastal path one way and the beach the other, but we're not quite sure which way round yet. Should take us about 45 minutes. Hornsea is a quiet seaside resort with an expansive blue flag sandy beach.
These statics have got a good sea view. Well, for the time being anyway. There's Hornsea in the distance. Let's see what's over the other side. I like a surprise view. We've come up these steps off the beach and we'll see what's round the next corner. Just round the corner and we're in Hornsea. And there's a sign there on that lamppost, King Charles III England Coast Path. Information here on Hornsea seafront. This is the terminus of the Trans-Pennine Trail cycling route, and it's the UK's most famous coast-to-coast cycling route. And you can see the map here on this board. Here's the Trans-Pennine Trail information board. And we're here at Hornsea. Well, there's Hornsea Beach, and we've walked all the way from the church and you can just make out the steeple. And this is looking north towards Bridlington and Flamborough. Well, there's the Floral Cafe and Bowling Green, and the beach and pathways carry on and on. There's an interesting board here. In the past 2,000 years, around 30 villages have been lost to the sea. And it says here, the coastline used to be where the horizon is now. Well, that's incredible. Look at these photographs of the coastal erosion, one here, what happened in 1906.
We've not been keeping an eye on the time, and I'm afraid Whitehead's gluten-free fish and chip shop has now closed. So we've got ice cream.
Yeah, I've got my strawberry and vanilla. We've reached the end of the promenade, so we'll have a cuppa on the beach. Oh look, table for two, perfect.
When we've finished this cuppa, we're going to take a walk into the town centre and look at Hornsea shops before we head off back to the caravan via the King Charles III footpath. Ellen, the site owner, recommends the Green Owl pub. She says it's lovely home cooked food, and she also recommends Hornsea tandoori.
This is looking north. It'd be nice to see the Christmas market here with all the stalls lit up, and there's quite a few shops here.
And if you're staying on site over the new year, be sure to come back to Hornsea Beach on New Year's Day to see a group of ladies from Hornsea, known as the Hornsea Mermaids, take their annual cold sea dip.
I've got a handful of 2p coins. We'll go into the amusements.
Well, I'm not winning much.
I've put about £1's worth in and won 2p. All gone. There's a handy map here of Hornsea and Hornsea Mare, and here is a close-up of Hallgarth Park. These are the memorial gardens and bandstand, and look here, there's a brass band concert on this Sunday. We've just had his last cuppa in Hallgarth Park, and we're going to make our way towards the King Charles III coastal path. The coastal path takes you through the caravan park that we saw from the beach. Here's a clear reminder of unstable cliffs and lost pitches. Do you know, I was reading earlier, this King Charles III England Coast Path is a brand new scenic national trail, and eventually when it's completed it'll run the entire coast of England. It's taking us through a crop field now. Well, when it's completed, the trail will be 2,700 miles long, and that'll make it the UK's longest national trail. A wheat field now. Look how close it is to edge. Ground looks a bit loose. Well, you don't get much closer to cliff edge than this. I would imagine they'll move the footpath further back once this has gone. We're literally disappearing in undergrowth. It really should have been cut. This was our day in Hornsea. From the caravan park, which is about here, we walked around the corner into Mappleton, onto the beach, and then walked the beach into Hornsea. Here's the caravan park overlooking the cliffs. We walked down this road here, and here is the cycle network terminus, and also the start of the promenade, which runs down here to this point here. Here is Hallgarth Park, and this is the main shopping street. We returned via the King Charles coastal path, which takes you through the caravan park, along the fields, and back to the caravan. But if you do want to drive into Hornsea, there are lots of car parks and public toilets too. Early morning, and just look at the mist rolling in off the sea. You can hardly see the trees.
We had a lovely day in Hornsea yesterday, so today we're driving back and we're going to visit Hornsea Mare, and it's the largest freshwater lake in Yorkshire. And we'll then move on to Hornsea Freeport Village, which is a factory outlet, which once stood on the site of the former Hornsea pottery. And I've got some Hornsea pottery here, their famous Bronte pattern, which was famous back in the 70s.
We're here at Hornsea Freeport Village, and it's free parking.
Oh, I wished it was still Hornsea Potteries though.
Yeah.
But I do remember buying an outfit from here in the 90s.
Hey, can you remember when your mum bought that salt and pepper pot set?
Oh yeah.
And when she got home, the salt pot, the hole only went halfway through.
Yeah, it was from the second shop.
We used to have some good days out here in the 90s when we used to stay in guest houses. There were loads to see and do. There used to be a car museum, a butterfly world, model village, birds of prey, an old wooden fort, a lake, and there used to be all the old penny arcade games lined up for you to look at. Well, while there's no longer a butterfly world here, there is Bugtopia Zoo in Hornsea, where you can see all the insects flying around, as well as the other animals.
Well, we've bought a few bits. We're going to move on to Hornsea Mare now.
Well, here we are at Hornsea Mare. It's free parking and it's open 9 till 5:30 daily. I've given them lunch. It's owned by Wassend Hall that overlooks the Mare, and it was purchased for £50 back in the 16th century. It's 2 miles long, 3/4 of a mile wide, and at its deepest it's 12 foot, and you can walk all the way round. And your four-legged friends must be kept on a lead. It's good for bird watching here, but I will add it's a bit uneven and bumpy, so it's not wheelchair friendly. There's boat hire, boat trips, and there's a cafe. And you can also do a spot of fishing here. This was our day out at Hornsea Freeport and Hornsea Mere. We turned left outside the caravan park, down the main road towards Hornsea, and here is Hornsea Freeport village with its many car parks. And then we carried on down the main road and turned left here down to the Mere car parking.
Well, that wraps it up for our July seaside holiday. If you're looking for a quiet, relaxing site away from the main seaside towns, look no further than here, Seaview Country Park, with its fab owners. We've had a brilliant stay, and we hope you'll join us on our next outing.
That's another good holiday under his belt. The nearest bus stop is here, look. Just before the church.